Hi guys, and today we're gonna watch this, not that one. Yeah, here. This one. Freddy rages over Mountain Dew. That's adorable. So adorable. Y'all think I have headphones, but it's not headphones. Where's my Mountain Dew? He's like, where's my freaking Mountain Dew?
No, where's my Mountain Dew? I keep it in the microwave. Do you see my glass? I'm raiding it here, and I don't have any Mountain Dew. Like, I saw some Mountain Lightning earlier. Where did you hide the Mountain Dew? Where did you hide it? We're getting ready to go! It's like, there's some Faygo in the fridge, man. I don't want to eat fucking Faygo! I want a Mountain Dew! Oh my god, yeah, Mountain Dew!
Where's the Mountain Dew? He's like, where's my Mountain Dew?
Did you drink my Mountain Dew? Did you drink my Mountain Dew? Let me smell your breath. Let me smell your breath. Oh, you Mountain Dew drinking bitch. Drink all the Mountain Dew. I'm gonna find a Mountain Dew. Who drank my motherfucking Mountain Dew? You sons of bitches. Oh, you sons of bitches. You motherfucking.
Sí, Maricela. Yo sé que pasó hace muchos años, pero eso no quita que me deje de preocupar por mi hijo. Pues que tal vez tus padres no pueden matar como se enteró. Perdón, Maricela, te tengo que colgar. Mañana paso con Susana para que termine de buscar su vestido. Te tengo mi amiga.
What are you guys playing?
Here it goes. Demons. So guys, this is actually gonna be scary for y'all. Let's do this. Oh, this is
Help Arnold Schwarzenegger defend his base. In 8 seconds,
yeah.
you'll be attacked. Here's what to do. Buy towers to defend your base by dragging the tower icon to the empty squares on the map. Towers aren't free. You'll have to buy supply depots to earn money. Good luck, Commander. You can take it from here.
Shut up.
Demons. They're a fairly common topic in horror movies you see on the big screen, but what most people don't realize is that demons are a cross-cultural phenomenon that date back centuries in human civilization. Cases of demonic invasion are fairly prevalent in third world countries, but every once in a while, these horrific entities are encountered in the first world as well. They invade the very souls of unsuspecting victims, and many of us must watch in horror, incapable of stopping the spiritual war within. Here are some of the most intense cases of demonic possession caught on tape. Let's begin. Number 5. Possessed girl found in subway. This video was taken a few years back while two young gentlemen were exploring San Francisco. They're laughing and enjoying themselves as they first enter the underground tunnel, only to be caught off guard by strange noises emanating from behind a large trunk. One of the guys sees something on the ground and picks it up, only to discover that it is a tooth. As they inch toward the trunk, they see a young woman crouched behind it with blood ebbing from her mouth. Suddenly, the young woman starts to flail around and point upward, screaming. She begins to stab herself with what appears to be a pencil and then charges toward the two men who run away, scared for their very lives. Whatever happened to the possessed woman and the young men, we may never know. Someone found this video and have no idea where it came from. Number 4. Possessed woman in store. This video is from a closed-circuit surveillance camera inside a Chinese supermarket. A woman seen casually walking down the aisle when something falls off the shelf behind her. She turns, and when she puts it back on the shelf, it seems she's suddenly overcome by an unseen supernatural force. She begins to pant and shift her body back and forth as though she were trying to shake something off. As she collapses to her knees, a concerned shopper slowly approaches her.
What this is?
The video
oh,
cuts
this
to the
is
woman
disgusting.
again, still on the ground, but surrounded by a couple of shoppers who attempt to help her. Suddenly, the woman lashes out and lunges towards one of the shoppers. The man leans back, but an unseen force flies out of the woman and shakes the nearby shelves. It even temporarily disrupts the camera feed. After a few minutes, the shoppers help her to her feet and walk off camera, presumably because an ambulance is there to pick her up. Number 3. Possessed Girl on the Train. This video is of a young woman who's using a public train somewhere in the United States. Another passenger finds her to be acting strangely and decides to begin filming her. The young woman begins to grab at her necklace and pull it off, almost as though it were strangling her. After the woman takes the necklace off and throws it on the ground, she seems to be more aware of herself and her surroundings. Well, for a few minutes anyway. The woman looks into her bag and then up at the ceiling, making exaggerated facial expressions and opening her mouth. She starts to growl and tug at her hair before she notices another passenger sitting close to her. The woman growls and then lunges for the man and grabs him by the throat. She punches him and starts to hold on to him by his hair. Suddenly, the girl lets go and walks toward the train exit as though oblivious to what just happened. But the passenger's angry and attacks her back. Both were charged for fighting in public, but an investigation into the girl's strange state of being was never conducted. Number 2. The Possessed Russian Man. This video hails from Russia and was taken a few years ago. The footage is from a surveillance camera with night vision capabilities. In the shot, we see a man who appears to be a patient in some kind of hospital or mental ward. As the man gestures and growls and whispers to himself, the footage suddenly begins to cut to different points of time. One moment, the man is standing with his back to the camera, and the next he's naked, growling and shaking his bed violently. While the man's behavior is
what the
disturbing,
heck?
what happens next is worse. The man often walks into the corner of the room, which is shrouded in darkness. In one clip, he is nowhere in sight, but his bed suddenly moves several feet. The Russian man is then seen laying on the bed, shaking violently. After a few